Hi students, good morning. In AI, unit number 4, symbolic reasoning under uncertainty. In this unit 4, previous video, I will explain the basic introduction, what is reasoning and different types of reasoning. Now today I will start the new topic, introduction to non-monotonic reasoning. Okay, monotonic reasoning definition I will explain in the previous video lecture. So the reverse procedure is present in the non-monotonic reasoning, and the non-monotonic reasoning, it is useful for representing defaults. When we are use some defaults or some rules or facts, then we can use the non-monotonic reasoning. The short form is NMR. NMR is based on supplementing absolute truth with beliefs. Means here we can find out the details, truths and its explanation. Okay, and these tentative beliefs are generally based on default assumptions that are made in light of lack of evidence. Tentatively means temporary. We can take some temporary beliefs, okay, and then we can generate the default assumptions, okay, and we can use the evidence for proving the reasoning or proving some rules. A non-monotonic reasoning NMR system tracks a set of tentative beliefs and revise those beliefs when knowledge is observed or derived. And here we can use the NMR system, and this system tracks the different set of temporary beliefs and find out the knowledge behind that beliefs. Now the reason is the human reasoning is non-monotonic in nature. We can take the example of human reasoning, okay, in the monotonic reasoning. This means we reach to conclusions from certain premises that we would not reach if certain other sentences are included in our premises. Okay, here the word premises means assumptions. Okay, we can take something. Premises means assumptions. We can assume something and we can check our assumption is right or wrong. Okay, now conventional reasoning system such as first order predicate logic are designed to work with information that has three important properties. Okay, here we can given the conventional reasoning system, okay, and here we can design the work and we can find out the importance of this property. These three basic properties are given. First is it is complete with respect to the domain of interest. Here we can find out the domain and what is the interest, okay, and how the project will be completed. This is our first property. Second is it is consistent, means we can check our result, it is correct or not. Third, the only way it can change is that new facts can be added as they become available. Now here we can change the new facts, okay, and we can add that facts, and we can check the availability, what facts are given and what are not, and if the new facts are consistent with all other facts that have already been asserted, then nothing will be ever retracted from the set of facts that are known to be true. This property is called monotonicity. This is the definition for monotonicity. Okay, here we can check the new facts, okay, and then we can find out the reaction of the set of facts, and we can find out the given fact is true or false, and this property is known as monotonicity. Okay, so this is the basic three properties for the conventional reasoning system. Now another explanation is given in the non-monotonic reasoning. NMR systems are designed to be able to solve problems in which about three properties may be missing, and here the NMR system, it is designed for solving the problems. What type of problems? In the problem we can use the three above properties, and if one property is missing, then our system is not proper design. So we must satisfy these three basic properties are completed. Okay, now in order to do this, following key issues must be addressed, and here we can use some key issues. Okay, three basic key issues are given. First is, how can knowledge base be extended to allow inferences to be made on the basis of lack of knowledge as well as on the presence of it? Here in the first issue we can find out the knowledge. Our knowledge is true or false, and then we can find out the basic details, how we can make the knowledge and how we can represent the knowledge. Okay, so this is the one type of key issue must be generated in the NMR system. Second issue is, how can the knowledge base be updated properly when a new fact is added to the system or when an old one is removed? Here we can find out the knowledge and its property. If we can add some new facts, then we can remove the old facts. Okay, and we can check old fact can be removed or not. So this is the second issue. Third is, how can knowledge be used to help resolve conflicts when there are several inconsistent non-monotonic inferences that could be drawn? And here we can use the knowledge, okay, and we can solve the conflicts. And here we can find out the inferences, means the attributes which we can use to solve the questions answer. Okay, so this is our third issue. So these three issues are given or generated in the non-monotonic reasoning system. So here our topic, introduction to non-monotonic reasoning, is completed. First I will explain the definition of NMR. Then we can learn the three different properties. Okay, and then we can learn some other detail about NMR system, and last we can learn the three issues which are generated in the NMR system. Okay, now our next topic is logics for non-monotonic reasoning. We can find out the logic for the NMR system. Okay, so first some basic introduction is given, then we can take three different examples and learn this topic, and then we can learn the methods of reasoning. Okay, so I will start with the basic introduction. A non-monotonic logic is a formal logic whose consequence relation is not monotonic. I will explain. Okay, monotonic reasoning reverse procedure is non-monotonic reasoning, and logic is non-monotonic if the truth of a proposition may change when new information is added. And in this logic of non-monotonic, we can use some propositions, okay, and we can add some information if it is required. Then we can allow a statement to be retracted. We can find out the statement, its proper meaning, okay, and we can find out proper solution. Now here we can use to formalize believable reasoning or plausible reasoning. Here we can use the normal reasoning, means user can easily understand the system. Okay, and when user can understand the system, it can find out the problem solution. So here we can use the formalized believable reasoning. Okay, so this is the basic introduction for logics for non-monotonic reasoning. Now I will explain example 1. In example 1, we can take birds typically fly, and Tweety is a bird. So we can write Tweety in bracket, presumably flies means probability. This word means probability. We can find out the probability. Okay. So the conclusion of non-monotonic argument may not be correct. Here some sentences are given in the example 1. First is birds typically fly. We can find out the bird who can typically fly, and here we can take the bird Tweety. Okay, so we can write the Tweety in bracket probability of flies. We can find out the bird Tweety, it can fly or not. So our conclusion is here the non-monotonic argument are not correct. Okay, now we can take example 2, and in example 2 reference of example 1 are used. We can say that if Tweety is a penguin, it is incorrect to conclude that Tweety flies. Okay, So here we can take the bird penguin. So it is incorrect. Tweety flies. Okay, we all are know that penguin is a bird and it can't flies. So our sentence is here incorrect. Incorrect because in example 1, default rules were applied when case specific information was not available. And here in the example 1, we can say that example 1 is incorrect, or given sentences in example 1 are incorrect because here we can use the default rules and we can apply that rules and we can find out the information which are not available. Okay, now all non-monotonic reasoning are concerned with consistency, and here we can find out the NMR with the consistency. Means we can check each sentence they are correct or not. Okay, now inconsistency is resolved by removing the relevant conclusions derived by default rules as shown in the example below. And here we can remove the inconsistency. Means if we cannot satisfy with the given sentence, then we can remove that sentences. Okay, and we can use the default rules. Now next example, example 3, the truth value true or false of propositions such as Tweety is a bird, except default that is normally true, such a bird typically fly. And here we can say that we can take the truth table. In truth table we can get the two values. Okay, one value is true and one value is false. So we can have two sentences. First is Tweety is a bird and second is bird typically fly. Example 1 has two sentences and we can use these two sentences into example 3. Okay, so we can default accept Tweety is a bird. We can accept. Okay, one bird is present and his name is Tweety, and here another sentence, bird typically fly. Some birds are difficult or typically in flying. We all are know that truth. Okay, but this truth is not valid or not true for all birds. It is true for only some particular birds. Okay, then the conclusion of these two sentences are Tweety flies. Okay, when an inconsistency is recognized, only the truth value of the last type is changed, and here we can recognize the inconsistency. Okay, and we can find out the truth table and we can change the sentences into truth table. Okay, so this is our third example. In first, second and third example we can use the example 1 sentences. Okay, and the conclusion is Tweety flies. Now we can learn the methods of reasoning. Here the three different methods are given for reasoning. First is deduction, second is induction, and third is abduction. Okay, generally there are three kinds of logical reasoning, or we can say that three different methods are used for reasoning: deduction, induction and abduction. So we can start with the first type, deduction. In this deduction we can take one example. When it rains, the grass gets wet, and it rains, thus the grass is wet. This is one sentence, and we can take this sentence in example 1. Okay. So this meaning in determining the conclusion, it is using rule and its precondition to make a conclusion. Means here we can find out the conclusion, what rules are used and what is the condition we can use. We all are know that when rain is coming, then grass are wet. So when the grass is wet, it is not meaning that rain is present. Okay. When we add some water into grass, then grass is also wet. So we can here check the possibility, all possibilities, and we can find out the result. So here the applying a general principle to a special case, we can make some principles and we can apply that principles onto some special case, and using theory to make predictions. And when we can use the theory, we can predict something. Okay. And here the uses is given. Deduction uses inference engines, theorem provers, and planning. Okay. So it is the first example or first method of reasoning, deduction. Now second is induction. In this second method we can take the example, the grass has been wet every time it has rained. Thus when it rains, the grass get wet. Sentence is same, but its writing is different. Okay. This sentence meaning in determining the rule, it is learning the rule after numerous example of conclusion following the precondition. In the example of induction, it is not possible that every time rain is coming and the grass can be wet. Okay. But when the rain is coming, then the grass get wet. So this means we can deriving a general principle from special cases. We can find out all the cases when the grass get wet, and we can take some sentences or some conclusion from that cases, and from observations to generalizations to knowledge, and we can observe something from the different knowledge. Okay. And the uses of induction is neural networks, Bayesian networks, and pattern recognitions. Okay. In this all we use the induction. Now third is abduction. In the abduction, first the example is given. When it rains, the grass get wet, and the grass is wet, it must have rain. This is one sentence, and here first we can take the precondition, and then we can, in the second sentence, we can conclude the first sentence. Okay. Means determining the precondition. First we can find out the precondition, and it is using the conclusion and the rule to support that the precondition could explain the conclusion. And from the precondition we can say that we can take some conclusion. Okay, guessing that some general principle can relate a given pattern of cases, we can take some principles and we can find out the patterns of cases and extract hypotheses to form a tentative theory. We can take some temporary theory and we can find out some hypotheses or some rules from that theory. And the example of abduction are knowledge discovery, statistical method, and data mining. In data mining, we can use the knowledge and we can separate the knowledgeable data and we can remove the noisy data. And this concept is also used in KDD process. So at that time we can use the abduction. Okay, so these are the basic three methods of reasoning. Here our unit number 4 is completed. Now I revise the unit number 4. Okay, first I will start the topic reasoning, its definition, its example. Then I will start the logical reasoning. Then we can learn the different approaches to reasoning. There are three basic approaches are used. First is symbolic reasoning, second is statistical reasoning, and third is fuzzy logic reasoning. So I will start with the first type, symbolic reasoning. Okay, its explanation is given. Then I will explain the formal logic. We can take the example propositional logic and predicate logic, and we can take the two different rules, syntax rules and inference rule. Then uncertainty in reasoning. In this topic we can take some uncertainties and we can desire actions, we can take some actions. Then monotonic reasoning is coming. I will give the definition and basic introductions are given. Then some cases are given when we can't handle the monotonic logic. Now today I will start the topic introduction to non-monotonic reasoning, and we can take the short form as a NMR. And first the basic definition is given, and human reasoning is non-monotonic reasoning. Then we can learn the three important properties which are used in NMR system, and we can learn the three key issues which are generated in the NMR system. Okay, then I will start the next topic, logics for non-monotonic reasoning. In this topic I will explain the basic introduction first, and then we can take three different examples. Okay, these all examples are connected with each other. We can use some references of first example into second and third example. Okay, and last we can find out the conclusions into all examples. And then I will start the topic methods of reasoning. Here three different methods are given. First is deduction, second is induction, and third is abduction. In these three methods of reasoning, first we can take the example and then the explanations are given and uses are also given in the all methods of reasoning when we can use this type of reasoning. Okay, so first is deduction, second is induction. In induction example is given, and uses is given, and third is abduction. In this method, first the example is given, then its explanation is given, and last the uses is given. So this is the methods of reasoning, and here our AI unit number 4, symbolic reasoning under uncertainty, is completed. Now in the next video lecture I will start the unit number 5. Okay, thank you.